Archangel Michael says, you were never meant to find out this way. But the smile you trusted, the one that felt warm and familiar, has become a disguise for something dangerous. Someone has been gathering your words, storing them in silence, organizing them in secret, and preparing to use them at the exact wrong time. Every moment you thought was safe, every private conversation you assumed stayed between you and her, it was never that private. She's been compiling a digital file, and your name is not only written on it, it is highlighted, bookmarked, and ready to be handed over. What's more chilling is that she doesn't just have your voice, she has context, emotions, your truth twisted into tools. This woman appears harmless. Her voice never raises, her laughter never hints at betrayal, and yet, she's the one who has spent months pressing record. Conversations you thought were forgotten are now evidence, and she's saving them not for nostalgia, but for leverage. Type Amen to get blessing 333. She's turned your voice into data. You wouldn't believe how organized she is, folders marked with dates, keywords extracted, your deepest confessions turned into bullet points. She has shared none of it yet, but the plan is unfolding as you read this. There was a night, not long ago, when you poured your heart out. You spoke of fears, frustrations, and little fragments of your past that only a trusted soul should ever hear. And she smiled, nodded, encouraged you, then pressed save. Archangel Michael says, the danger doesn't lie in what she has, it lies in what she's about to do. She's waiting for the right trigger, and once that happens, your words will be used like weapons in the hands of someone you thought was on your side. Type Amen to get blessing 747. You were never meant to be a pawn in her private game. But now, her calmness is no longer innocence. She's in control, or so she thinks, and the moment she believes you're stepping out of line, she will expose everything. There's a reason she's so calm around you lately. It's because she believes she holds something powerful, your truth in her hands. And with that, she assumes you will never fight back. She has practiced the story. If ever confronted, she will weep. She will act like the victim and turn others against you while pretending to be the one who suffered from your behavior. Type Amen to get blessing 1009. You see, this file is not just information, it's narrative. And in a world where perception becomes reality, she is building a case that makes you the villain. What she doesn't know is, light always exposes shadows. Her goal is to ruin a part of your future that hasn't even arrived yet. She wants to infect your peace, spoil your upcoming opportunities, and place barriers where none existed. And she thinks her silence is enough to keep it hidden. Archangel Michael says, she was once sent to walk beside you, but something shifted in her. A jealousy grew. A seed was planted, and it bloomed into quiet resentment. Type Amen to get blessing 612. She began recording not out of curiosity but out of preparation. She foresaw a day when she might want to sabotage you, and she began the work early. Her mind operates like a strategist, and her eyes stay alert when you think they're relaxed. Every compliment she gave you was monitored. Every praise was followed by an evaluation. Behind the scenes, she cross-checked your words, aligned your actions, and looked for weaknesses. Now she has them catalogued. The timing is close. Something triggered her to open that file recently, and she is sharpening her moves. Type Amen to get blessing 1142. You may have noticed she started acting distant. Less interested in your joy, more focused on your reactions. That's because she is no longer building a connection, she's building a timeline. You must not ignore this warning. Archangel Michael says, her silence is not peace, it's pressure. She's waiting for the perfect moment of emotional detonation. There is a photo attached to your file. A location too. That day you thought no one saw you, she did. And she's been using it to build her case stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 721. Her intention is not sudden. It's slow, deliberate, methodical. She believes your downfall will be quiet and crafted, not explosive and obvious. She's spoken to someone already. A third party has been introduced to your information. Not all of it, but enough to cast doubt when she decides to move. Archangel Michael says, she made her move the moment you confided in her. That was the first betrayal, and it was done with a smile. Type Amen to get blessing 388. The most shocking part is, you still see her regularly. She still comments on your posts. She still checks in like nothing is wrong. But her heart isn't where her smile is. Her hands may be still, but her thoughts are racing, calculating, reshaping your past to fit her future. When she smiles now, it's not affection, it's confirmation that her plan is working. You are not paranoid. You are discerning. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. Something she wants is in your possession. An opportunity, a contact, a secret path, something she's not entitled to, but deeply desires. So, her strategy is to disqualify you silently. The goal is not to destroy you physically. It's to discredit your voice, your integrity, your presence in a room before you even arrive. And she's using your own words to try and do it. Archangel Michael says, the moment you stop speaking to her, she will shift. She will play the blame game, but you must not bend. Type Amen to get blessing 366. She'll try to test you again. A call, a message, even a fake breakdown. It's not emotion, it's manipulation. You've already said enough. Every word from now can and will be twisted. It's not a friendship anymore, it's an investigation she started without your knowledge. There's a place she goes to replay your recordings. Sometimes alone. Sometimes with someone she trusts. That's how serious this is. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. She carries devices designed to capture. Not just memories, but confessions. She's practiced emotional baiting, asking questions just to get you to open up. Your laughter is in those files. Your stress. Even your private regrets. And she listens to them, not with empathy, but with agenda. Archangel Michael says, you have a short window now. A shift must happen. This is no longer about being polite, it's about being protected. Type Amen to get blessing 654. Cut ties gently, but firmly. Do not explain. Do not defend. Do not confront her directly unless guided clearly to do so. If you tell her you know, she will escalate. But if you go silent, she will panic. Her power lies in what you don't know, not in what she actually has. Remove her from your circle, your space, your emotions. Even if it feels cruel. This is survival, not revenge. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You are not alone in this. There is angelic surveillance around you. What she recorded, heaven is erasing. Files created from dishonesty carry no divine power. They are built on shadows and will dissolve under the light of truth. But you must cooperate with the cleansing. Archangel Michael says, your words belong to heaven, not to a folder hidden on someone else's device. Type Amen to get blessing 212. There will be a day, not far from now, when she will be exposed. Not by you, but by her own contradictions. Those she tried to turn against you will begin to see through her. God is not sleeping. This woman's calm face is hiding a storm of fear. Because deep down, she knows, she violated something sacred. When you gave her your words, you gave her your trust. And she weaponized both. Type Amen to get blessing 788. But divine justice is near. The file will malfunction. Her lies will collapse under their own weight. Her plan will devour itself. People will distance themselves from her, not because you told them to, but because her energy will betray her. And when that day comes, you will already have healed. Archangel Michael says, your peace is being restored. Your name is being removed from her list. Type Amen to get blessing 1771. She will feel the silence louder than your words ever were. She will check her phone and wonder why you're not reacting. She will panic when she sees you're not chasing explanations but building distance. You are not the same person who opened your heart so freely. You are being cloaked now in divine protection, your energy untouchable, your presence shielded. Her plan depended on your emotions, but now your silence will dismantle it. Archangel Michael says, she underestimated your awakening. She counted on your delay, not your discernment. What she feared most has begun, you are walking away before she could strike. Type Amen to get blessing 1333. There are whispers already forming behind her back. People she tried to poison with doubt are starting to look at her differently. They're asking questions, not to you, but within themselves. They're remembering the way she changed. How she always asked about you. How she always had something new to say that didn't sit right. Now they're putting it together. And heaven is making sure the truth doesn't stay buried. Type Amen to get blessing 1747. One person has already seen the file. But they didn't agree with what they saw. Instead of siding with her, they walked away in quiet disbelief. They may not have told you yet, but they're praying for you. They've seen both sides, and their spirit knows who stood in truth. This woman will realize too late that silence doesn't mean defeat. It means you're rising above her level. Type Amen to get blessing 2000. She will try once more before the end. One last smile, one last message, one last attempt to draw you in. Don't fall for it. Archangel Michael says, your energy is being cleansed. Your aura is no longer readable by those who intend harm. What she recorded was part of your old season. What you're stepping into now cannot be recorded, stored, or stolen. Type Amen to get blessing 880. The file will remain unopened. Forgotten. She will grow tired of waiting for the perfect time. And the weight of what she carries will start to break her spirit. You will be miles ahead, spiritually and emotionally. And the people who mattered will still be with you. The ones who truly saw your heart never needed a recording to know your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 1911. Your silence will be your justice. Your glow will be your proof. Your survival will be the miracle she didn't expect. She may smile again, but this time, it won't be out of power. It will be out of nervousness. Archangel Michael says, the trap she set is being reversed. Not only are you escaping, but she will face what she wished upon you. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The file with your name will corrupt. The audio will skip. The data will disappear. Devices can malfunction, but divine order never does. No matter what she tries, the story won't stick. Because it's not rooted in truth, it's rooted in fear. You are no longer her target. You are now the testimony. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. Let her keep the file, what it contains is no longer relevant. You've outgrown that chapter. And the real power lies in what you say from this moment forward. The past may have been recorded, but your future is unwritten. And it's being written by divine hands. You were never meant to be trapped in her shadow. You were meant to shine beyond it. She may still clutch that file, but now it holds no power over you. What she once believed was ammunition has become outdated and irrelevant in the presence of your rising light. Her grip tightens in fear, not in victory. You've already transcended the version of you she recorded. The energy, the voice, the wounds she captured, those are no longer your identity. You are evolving daily into someone even she cannot comprehend. Archangel Michael says, Heaven has issued a recall over every word stolen from your spirit. Those recordings may exist, but the spiritual weight behind them has been removed by divine order. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. She didn't realize that tampering with your truth would trigger a divine response. What was done in shadows is now being unraveled in spiritual light. One by one, her lies are starting to conflict with each other. Her script is falling apart. Her timeline is broken. The more she tries to make it make sense, the more she entangles herself in her own web. People are beginning to ask, if she truly trusted you once, why does she carry so much proof against you now? Type Amen to get blessing 818. And she has no answer that feels pure. No justification that sounds holy. Because the truth is, she stopped seeing you as a friend and started seeing you as a threat. Your progress, your grace, your blessings, they disturbed her. She couldn't mirror them, so she decided to manipulate them. But she never factored in that God was listening, too. Not just to your words, but to your heart. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. She captured your voice, but heaven captured your intention. And that's what matters now. That's what will protect you from anything she tries to release. If she shares the file, it will fall flat. If she plays the audio, it will ring hollow. Because the spirit behind it was tainted. Archangel Michael says, you don't have to defend yourself anymore. The evidence she stored is being drowned by the favor you're walking in. Type Amen to get blessing 444. She underestimated how deeply heaven loves you. She thought your words were weapons, but didn't realize your silence would be your shield. Even if she tries to twist your tone, she cannot duplicate your truth. You were never hiding. You were healing. Now, it's her conscience that will grow louder. Her recordings will echo in her own soul, not yours. Type Amen to get blessing 2002. Let her panic. Let her second-guess every decision she made in secret. Let her wonder who knows what and how much longer she can pretend. The tables are turning, and she can feel it. The confidence she had in her plan is beginning to decay. Your name is being cleansed from every lie. Your path is being cleared from every trap. Your voice is being heard in heaven louder than anything she ever recorded. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. She thought keeping those files made her powerful. But now, they are a burden. A weight. A ticking spiritual timer that won't be ignored. Your name is blessed. Your future is protected. And your silence is sacred. Soon, she will realize the smile she used to hide the truth has faded. And what remains is a woman staring at a file that even she's too afraid to open anymore. Archangel Michael says, your innocence has been restored. And the woman who tried to record your downfall will now witness your divine rising. Type Amen to get blessing 7117. There will come a moment, quiet, unspectacular, when she scrolls through that file, and her hands will tremble. Not because of guilt, but because she will realize, the version of you she tried to capture no longer exists. You've risen too far, too fast, too freely for any recording to define you. She will hit play, hoping to hear something damaging. But instead, she will hear the voice of someone she no longer understands. Someone who has grown. Someone who has been elevated beyond her schemes. That file may carry your voice, but it no longer holds your spirit. Heaven has reclaimed that. You are no longer bound to what you once said in moments of vulnerability. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The file will soon become her curse, not your downfall. She will be haunted by it. Checking it repeatedly, wondering when and how she lost control of her narrative. And with every listen, she will hear the same thing, your clarity, your power, your truth. Others around her will start noticing her unease. She will act more defensive, more unpredictable. Why? Because secrets carry weight, and she's been carrying too many for too long. Her smile will start to crack in places. Her peace will become fragile. Her confidence in controlling your story will crumble. Type Amen to get blessing 911. Archangel Michael says, when the file was first created, her heart was already corrupted. What began as curiosity became obsession, and that obsession turned into sabotage. But heaven steps in when man tries to play God over another soul. No one can destroy what God has appointed. No recording can cancel what the angels are about to unlock over your life. The angels are wiping the records clean, not from devices, but from spiritual books. You're being rewritten into a new season, where betrayal becomes your backdrop for blessings. Type Amen to get blessing 1881. Even now, the spiritual courtroom is in session. Evidence is being weighed, not by human eyes, but by divine justice. And every word she twisted is being untwisted by the light. Her motive is under judgment. Her smile is under exposure. And her intentions are being stripped of their camouflage. She won't be able to explain why she did it. She'll blame emotion. She'll call it protection. But it won't matter. Because God has already ruled in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 199. Your elevation will not be postponed by her file. In fact, it's accelerating because of it. What she meant for silence has turned into a supernatural shout. Your reputation is being protected. Not by damage control, but by divine reversal. Those who hear her story will feel an unease, they won't know why, but they'll feel it. That's the presence of truth repelling manipulation. That's the power of divine covering. Type Amen to get blessing 6116. And soon, her own circle will distance themselves. They'll grow quiet around her. They'll second-guess her smile. Because even if you never say a word, energy speaks. People will begin to protect you in your absence. Not because of what you did, but because of who you are. Archangel Michael says, her false story may travel fast, but your truth is eternal. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Let her file rot in secrecy. Let her phone die with unread drafts. Let her rehearsed narratives fall flat in the presence of the chosen. You are not at risk. You are rising. You are not being threatened. You are being promoted. What she tried to capture has become her evidence of failure, not yours. Type Amen to get blessing 7007. There is something more beautiful happening now. A fresh wave of truth is pouring over your life. A divine energy is shielding your presence from spies and liars. From this moment forward, your voice will only be captured by heaven. Your energy will only be shared with those who honor it. Your secrets will no longer be stored in weak hands. You are being lifted, beyond reach, beyond pettiness, beyond deception. Type Amen to get blessing 313. The woman with the file will lose interest. Because without your reaction, her game is over. Without your attention, her plan is powerless. She won't delete the file out of kindness, she'll delete it out of fear. Fear of what's coming. Fear of being exposed. Because eventually, her own recordings will be used against her. Not by you, but by time, truth, and divine justice. Type Amen to get blessing 1888. This was never just about audio. This was about energy, alignment, protection. You were never meant to be diminished, you were meant to be defined by light. Archangel Michael says, her recording ends here. But your new beginning is just starting. And no file, no smile, no betrayal will ever touch what God has prepared for you. Soon she will realize. The voice she recorded isn't what makes you powerful, it's the silence you now walk in. Because when you stopped explaining, justifying, defending, that's when heaven stepped in and began speaking for you. And no recording can capture the power of divine favor. She had a version of you in that file. But not the version that's emerging now. That version is spiritually encrypted, unreachable, unshakable, untouchable. Every second she replays those recordings, she disconnects further from reality. Because you're not in that file anymore. You've been elevated far beyond what her eyes can now perceive. Type Amen to get blessing 9119. Archangel Michael says, your growth has made her file irrelevant. You've healed from wounds that voice notes can no longer trigger. You found clarity in the spaces where confusion once ruled. The very things she thought would harm you are now your testimony. And her intentions, though masked behind smiles and silence, are unraveling in front of her. You don't need revenge. You don't need to prove anything. Heaven is using her own hands to dismantle what she built in secret. Type Amen to get blessing 1144. She will sit in the dark one night, phone in hand, shaking. The power she thought she held will drain through her fingers like sand. Her confidence will crumble under the weight of conviction. The people she hoped to influence are losing interest. They sense something's off. They don't trust her smile anymore. Because the truth has a vibration, and even those who never heard your side are beginning to feel it. Type Amen to get blessing 8808. The divine is rewriting your narrative. Where once there was fear, now there is fire. Where once there was hesitation, now there is holy confidence. You are being called into rooms where your name was once slandered. And the same mouths that whispered against you will soon have to stay silent in awe of what God is doing through you. That file will mean nothing soon. It will be just a ghost of your past trapped in her device while you live freely in your divine future. Type Amen to get blessing 10001. There's nothing left for you to say to her. Every explanation would be a waste. Every justification would be a step backward. You've said enough in the past, and now, the silence you keep is a holy boundary. One that even her manipulation cannot cross. Archangel Michael says, your silence is now your spiritual armor. And every attempt she makes to provoke you will bounce off like dust on steel. Type Amen to get blessing 2323.